Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to another Thaumcraft 4.2 tutorial. So today we're going to be covering the very last golem animation core that we're still yet to do. So let's have a look. It's going to be the alchemy one, the one that you guys are probably wanting to look at the most, because it's one of the most useful. Somehow we have cowhide over here. But yeah, so it's probably one of the most useful ones. It's probably the one that you guys are probably going to want to use the most. And that's the one that's at the very end of the chain. So to make this one, you're going to have to make yourselves a decanting core again. To make this one, it was just Aqua and Vakos inside a crucible with your blank animation core. You then take your decanting animation core and you place it on your infusion table with a water jar and 3 bottles of water, along with 15 Aqua, Motus, and Precantatio Essentia. And you just place these down, obviously, how you do your infusions. So, once you get yourself that, you can place this on your golem. So, we're going to place our golem on this alchemical furnace. So, we're going to place him there, and he's going to pull from all of these things. He can reach up this high, he'll basically just pull them all the way down throughout the structure here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this guy himself a little core there. So nice. If we have a look in the book here, just quickly, you can see that there is no additional upgrades for them, but I'll do you a little bit of reading and tell you a little bit about this. So this core is a specialized version of the decanting core, specifically designed to transport essentia. So if you remember when we covered the decanting core, I said that it wouldn't work on essentia, even though essentia is in its liquid form. I said that it wouldn't work. This is the one that will work, and it won't work with any other liquid. It's just going to work with essentia. So alchemy golems assigned to an alchemy furnace or alembic will draw essentia from the entire stack of alembics and transport into marked warded jars. It is not required to mark every single jar. The golem will automatically fill all jars adjacent and to the marked jar and or other similarly connected jars. Alchemy golems prioritize nearby jars first and will try to fill an entire jar before starting on a new one. They'll also favor labeled jars over unlabeled ones. If there are full void jars, they'll try and fill normal jars first, unless the void jar is labeled. In case the tires, void jars are always filled last. Okay. So you kind of get in where we're going from here. So let's grab ourselves a couple of labels here, and I'll show you exactly which order these guys prefer to favor things in. Grab ourselves some void jars, some normal jars. So the way it goes is, oh, we need to put some essentia in that. Let's grab some Precantatio. Pediccio, sorry, we'll grab some Pediccio because we can make that quite easy. So we've got this jar here. That's number 1 favorite, okay? Next one it's going to favorite is a labeled void jar, okay? And then it will favor that one, then that one there, okay? So I think that's how it works. Let me just double check. That one, and that one. And that one, and that one. Yeah, so it's always going to favor labeled jars first. So it'll always take these two. It will always look for the labeled ones first, and it won't go for the nearest one. So if you had one over here which didn't have a sticker on it, and you had your golem here, he would skip over this one if he had Pediccio and go, hey, I'm going to go chuck that over there. Cool, so he's going to go do that. If you have a labeled void jar, he will, if you have a certain aspect come out, and say we've got Pediccio come out, we've got all these empty jars here, he's going to go, nope, I'm not going to have any of them because they're not labeled. This one is. So he's going to come over to the void jar and he's going to favorite this one over all the empty ones here. So if you don't want it voided in, you want extra jars of the stuff, don't put a label on your void jar just yet. Maybe have a couple more labeled normal jars just to be safe. And then he will fill up maybe like, there you go, he'll fill up all them 3 first before he even starts on the void jar. And then obviously if you have no jars labeled and say something pops out, like we have a Terra pop out, we haven't got a Terra labeled jar over here. So what he'll do is he will go Right, okay, we're going to put them all in this jar. If he has none of these jars available, he will go and shove it in the nearest void jar. Okay, so that's how that works. That's the priority list he goes through. Just take note as well, he will try and fill things even if they aren't labeled. So if we put ITER in and we had, let's have a look. Let's take our ITER and we'll place ITER down here. And then we'll place a normal jar over there. So say we have ITER down here, we have a normal jar here. So it says that he favors jars which are quite close. That's not always true. So if we place one of these in, there you go. Oh, he's not linked to anything at the minute. So you got to link him. You got to link this golem to jars. So we're going to just link him down to the very end one, and he will. You should do all the jars in the process. Yeah, there you go. You saw he did ITER there, so we don't actually need to link him there. Just need to link him to the furthest one away that you want him to run to. So that's that one there, which is pretty cool. So we just placed ITER in there. What else has he got? There you go. He placed ORAM in there because we don't actually have a jar for ORAM at the minute. So he just placed it in the nearest one that he found, which was this one. He didn't place it down in here, but he did place ITER down in here because there's already a jar with ITER in it. Despite it not having a label, he knows that there is one with ITER. He did a little search, found out there was one with ITER in it, so he'll place it in this one. So he will try and fill the jars that he knows that already have aspects in them. So if we had to put like aqua in it, he's not going to go put it off in the jar down there. He'll try and fill this one up before moving on to the next one. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, so then if you were to label them, he's going to prioritize labeled jars over unlabeled ones. Obviously these ones don't have labels on them, so he'll prioritize them. And then even if we had to put like, let's have a look here, go like this, take this one out, place that one there, come down here with this one, and we're just going to go like that and link that up to there. And then just so he knows it's there, and we're going to quickly grab some ORAM just to show you guys that this does work. Just a little bit of an example. So there you go, we've got some ORAM there. It's one of his nearest jars. He could quite easily just go and put it in there. But, whoops, let's shove some more of that in there. As soon as this burns up, he's actually going to not put it in there. Because he's going to go, oh look, right, he's going to put the ITER in there. He's going to come back. And because he favors labeled jars, he's going to come all the way to the end, skip the one down there that has it in, and he's going to bring it all the way down here. So that's how that works. Hopefully I've explained that well enough that you guys can understand it. There you go, he's still going with the Zytor, look, bless him. And he will carry quite big stacks at a time. If you put loads in there and it starts filling up, he will come back and grab a good 32 at a time, I think. Well, let's see what he grabs. Grabs ORAM, he grabbed the whole 6 of them there. So if you had all these alembics full of stuff, he would come and grab them all. And I think he prioritizes the most full one. Oh, yeah, it looks like he's just taken that one. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. Yeah, so he's just taken the fullest one. So he's going to take ORAM now, and then he'll come back and he'll say ITER because ITER's more full. So he'll always prioritize the alembic with the most stuff in it. There you go, so he's taken ITER now, which is really, really cool. So, what else does it say here? Alchemy golems can also transport essentia between most other essentia storage containers and blocks that accept essentia. Which generally means, I think, things like Lampa Fertility, he can transport essentia straight to it. Not 100% sure on that, though. There are some other bits and pieces that do require essentia in them, maybe. Maybe the alchemical furnace, he could transport Ignis essentia over there. I don't know. Maybe. Things I haven't ever used before because of energized nodes and vis relays. That's probably the easier way to do it. But he can transport things to things, just to let you know. So there you go, as you see, he's placing ITER in the next closest available jar to him, which is this one, not one of these two. We'll finish placing ORAM in there. Now that's full up, he's going to go, right, okay, this jar has ORAM. I'm not going to go place it in the empty one over there. I'm going to place it in the other one that has it. So that's how that works, and hopefully I've explained that in enough detail for you guys. So thank you guys very much for watching. all I got time for this episode. Hopefully you liked it. Leave it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see all your beautiful faces in the next video. Goodbye.